So we're in the second week of July, and we've been getting a lot of questions lately about how many mangoes are there, where are we in the season, and unfortunately we're toward the end of the season. But I thought we could just take a look, and so you could sort of see for yourself. So this branch right here, this was loaded with Julie mangoes, and just over on the far side there, or closer to the center of the tree, is Juliet, and we have a few Juliet still hanging. No Julie at all, at least on this tree. Right here it's Kit, and this is our biggest Kit tree, and it's fairly old. It's probably about 40 years old, and we try and keep it small. Kit has had a nice crop in that it has a lot of mangoes, but unfortunately we've had some mango bacteria black spot. Anyway, that's not a good. Let's see if we can find one. Oh yes. So this is well aged. When it was younger off the tree, it was green, but still had this split. So that's one of those problems with Kit. Fortunately, we have some other fruit. There was a problem area here. So yeah, not all these fruit are going to be good. They're certainly not worth picking right now because they're very young, unless somebody was making pickles. Right here is Nam Doc Mai. There's a few fruit left. Not really ready to pick. Don't know if those are going to be a regular size or not. This is Gary. It wasn't a great year for Gary, but we've got a few on the very top of the tree that are not ready to pick yet. I can say with all certainty that Madame Frances has no fruit on the tree. This has been cut way back, of course, to top work. I'm only going to top work part of the tree, but it seemed like the best strategy for this particular tree just to cut everything back. And we have been busy trimming the carry trees. So these two carry trees have been trimmed, and when we cut into some very dense areas of the tree, sometimes we get lucky and find a fruit that's still hanging, but we don't see any fruit on any of the carry trees now. So possibly when we finish trimming the rest of the carries, we'll come up with a handful of fruit. I don't know. Testolus, this whole tree Testolus, and there I think are no fruit left on this tree. This tree has been top worked to Phoenix, and we do have a few Phoenix fruit. I'm seeing 3 on the tree. This is Carrie and Carrie. Those have both been trimmed, so no fruit on those. We have a little coconut cream hanging over here. Very close to the end of the season for coconut cream. This tree, top work to Venus. We did have some fruit. That's gone. Here we have Kent. Kent is a nice late season, also has a tendency to get mango bacterial black spot, but these fruits seem to be clean so far. Another top work project. So there's no mangoes left on that one. This is a carry tree. another tree that we've trimmed. So that's completely fruit-free. That's some more cherries. This is another test pollock. Earlier today, I think I spotted 2 fruit left on this. So really a lot of empty trees. This is Alfonso. Of course, we trimmed that also. This one came out of nowhere, so looks like it might have dropped yesterday. Here's lemon meringue. We've trimmed this tree. I think we're going to come back and trim it some more, but we made some major cuts over here. And this is the center part of the tree was producing fruit. I wasn't happy with that particular variety, so we cut that out. The back of the tree is cack, and we have 1 or 2 fruit left on that tree, that part of the tree. Nothing on the front yet. Another lemon meringue, and then this whole row is Glen, and everything's been trimmed back. Glen season is over. We have on this side, the rest of this row is Carrie. So we have 2 late Carries on this tree, and the other trees are completely empty. Another lemon meringue, and I don't think we trimmed much on this one. We're going to have to come back and trim it right now. I've been preparing some scions, so we'll wait until after we harvest the scions before we trim the tree. Another Duncan, completely empty. This is Oregon, completely empty. Little second crop. This part of the tree had a later bloom, so we have a few Seacrest. And right across is fruit punch. Nothing on the tree. Of course, rosy gold. Nothing on this tree. It's fairly early one, sometimes very early mango, so that's not surprising. Then we have 2 big Valencia Prides, and this is just very typical of the tree. Just a handful of fruit this year. Not a good year. It's not that we've picked a lot of fruit, it just hasn't made a lot of fruit. We have I think it's 6 Valencia Pride trees. None of them have a good crop. Jakarta, and Jakarta for us has a very long season, and so you can see there's a few fruit left on this tree, even though we've been picking fruit for probably a month and a half, I think. Another lemon meringue, empty. This is number 5. This one's empty. And just another Oregon that I'm busy top working to another variety. So we've got some very young growth there. And evidence of trimming. We've been trimming for a few weeks. another top work project. This is Fairchild to mostly ST Maui. And so got some grafts that are doing very nicely, and then a few that didn't take, like that one and that one. This is the original Zill tree. Well, originally it was Zill mango, and on these lower two branches I put Venus. Venus is a late variety, and we do have a few Venus fruit still. That's Duncan with one fruit on the whole tree. Carrie, no fruit. This, for some reason, this little Duncan tree has a later crop than the one just on the other side of the aisle, so to speak. So we still have a few Duncan, but it's a small tree and not many mangoes, so probably about a dozen mangoes on that tree. This is Van Dyke, and I'm seeing one fruit on the tree. I think this is our only sweet tart left in the grove. We have sweet tart in a few locations, and we have 9 fruit left on this tree. So we're drifting back and forth, but this is Namdok Mai, few fruit left. Pineapple Pleasure. It's empty. And Rosa. This is always an amazing variety. Rosa is usually our first variety to fruit, and it still has a few fruit on it. But it doesn't look like anything else is coming after these 3 fruit are picked. That'll be the end of the season for Rosa. Beverly's a nice late season fruit, and we still have some Beverly left on the trees. Got a few trees of Beverly, I think 4 altogether. Another lemon meringue. Trimmed a lot out of this, so I'm pretty confident there's no fruit left on the tree. Another lemon meringue already trimmed. So this is one of our Valencia Pride, of course. This is like could possibly, well, we've got a few fruit over there, but this whole tree has like 10 fruit on it. Just not a good year for Valencia Pride. Sometimes, there's just fruit dripping from those trees. This is not one of the years. This is Southern Blush. So it looks like we have 7 fruit left on the tree. Interesting thing is that the later mangoes on this tree seem to be cleaner than the earlier ones. We have a little mango bacteria black spot there, a little patch, but much cleaner than the earlier fruit. So this is Cushman. I think we are finally at the end. Oh, I see one little fruit here. We are very close to the end of Cushman. This tree has made quite a few fruit this year, but it's the end. Then we have this is all Kent on this side. This is too young to fruit on this other side, not working. So it's sort of impressive when you can just stand with fruit dripping down. But this section of the tree seems to be the most productive. Then this is Kent also. The very top of the tree doesn't have a lot of fruit, but this area does. Here's Pettigrew. Pettigrew is a nice late season fruit. Not too many people grow it, but we do. And it looks like some of this is ready to pick now. I like it when it's picked mature but green on the tree. Pick it off the tree at that stage, because I think the fruit quality is better than if it ripens too much on the tree. So this is sort of an impressive part of this Bailey's marble tree. Most of it is just pretty leaves. And then we have, could be the only fruit, another one here. This is Bombay, but very little fruit left on this tree. Here's Julie, this original Julie tree, and no fruit left on that. We have Zilando Chinese here. It's a nice late variety, and we still have some fruit on that, so that's nice. So that one was ready to pick. Yunnan Bok Mai. There's two of our Cogswall tree. I see one small Cogswall. Everything else is empty. Pim Sang Mon. We have two of these trees. I don't see any fruit left on either one. That's another lemon meringue with fruit. Queen Saigon. I don't see any fruit, but I think that this will be on tomorrow's trimming project. We might find some fruit, because obviously this was one we didn't see in the tree, and it fell, so not as good once it falls. So hopefully we'll be able to find something once we start trimming. Here we go. From Crimea. We've picked a lot of from Crimea already, but we still have some that's not quite ready to pick. Another Beverly tree. You can see there's a few fruit here and there. This is Neelam, and when there's a lot of fruit in a cluster, these fruit are small. Of course, there's only two in that one, so that it's not a good demonstration of what happens when you thin the fruit. Yeah, this is looking a little young still, so we'll leave that on for a while. This tree had two crops, so we have been picking larger fruit from it, but there's a lot of smaller fruit and, of course, immature fruit on it. Malika, it's not been a great year for Malika, but we still have some fruit. looks like it's ready to pick. Well, I forgot to stop by the Graham tree, but I don't want to take up too much time with this little update. I can tell you we trimmed the Graham tree yesterday, and there are no fruit left on it. We found 3 or 4 fruit on the whole tree as we were trimming. So here's Ryan. This year we missed the first crop of Ryan. The flowers didn't hold. But this is from the second flowering, and we do have a few Ryan on the tree, but this is really the end of this second crop, and we just didn't have the amount of Ryan that we normally do this year. It's just been one of those shy years. And then this, of course, is Dwarf Hawaiian, and Dwarf Hawaiian had a pretty long season this year. We even had one little branch that had like late fruit, but that's gone. We are just into watching the leaves get pretty on these trees. Of course, we do need to trim them so that they're ready for next year, but this variety is completely gone. So mango season 2020 is winding down. It's only the second week of July, and we're talking the end of mango season, when a lot of years we have mangoes through the end of August. But, you know, you can't help the weather. So, we still have some mangoes, but every day there are fewer and fewer available. So I'm hoping that the people who wanted to try mangoes were able to get them earlier in the season. It's just one of those things, we can't make more mangoes at this point in the season. We'll just have to hope for a great year next year, and we also hope that we'll have some new varieties available next year too. So thanks very much for all of your support and all of your business, and hopefully we will have some great mangoes next year too.